Hey everyone, welcome back. This week, and in fact this month, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And joining us is Fern Orenstein, who is a 33-plus year healthcare advocate, and most importantly right now, responsible for Avon's comprehensive breast care program at San Francisco General Hospital. Michaela and Kelly, of course. And really time set aside today to talk about, I think, an important topic for us all, which is breast cancer awareness. Well, I think we all are quite aware of breast cancer. I feel awareness is at probably an all-time high, but the stats are still, to some degree, surprising. 1 in 8 women is diagnosed in this country with breast cancer. I'm sure you know these facts better than I do. Unfortunately, 1 in 36 women will die from the disease, although that number is actually a positive number in terms of trend lines, right? I mean, it's much more survivable than it was 10 years ago, let's say. But Fern, why don't you sort of help us understand what it is that Avon is doing in this regard, and how women can sort of, tackle this?
Sure. Well, the encouraging thing is that mortality rates seem to be decreasing, and I think that we can really say that that has been about the education and awareness campaign, and just better care and really making access to screening a priority, and better treatment, of course, over the decades. So that's one positive and encouraging thing. The Avon Foundation has really been a leader. I mean, they have really helped us build our comprehensive breast care program at San Francisco General through the work that they do. And they're really leading the way also in research around breast cancer. So they're really interested in looking at the connection between the environment and breast cancer, as well as how we can bring better treatment modalities to women. And they're really particularly interested in the underserved communities in and around the country. And a lot of their work has really helped to stem the tide of, as we said, mortality, and also to help us see some improvements in the incidence of breast cancer.
Well, we were talking just as we got started. I mean, underserved is obviously a key area of focus, and it sounds like a lot of the things we do with Avon, like the Avon Walk, actually the money goes directly to helping programs like this that are funded by Avon. But of course, the other reality is I think everybody here has been affected somehow by breast cancer. Fern, you're a survivor.
That's correct. 17 years now.
Yeah, and it's incredible.
I think it was in 1994, the research studies came out and they were saying that the highest rate of breast cancer in the world is in Marin County, which is
it in
crazy.
The world?
Well, I'm not so sure about the fact about
what recorded
the world's highest, but we do know that we are significantly higher than the rest of the country, and Marin County is still about 10% higher than the rest of California.
Right. Well, for context, that's where Michaela lives.
Don't really know why. We're trying to figure that out. There are organizations that, like Zero Breast Cancer in Marin, which I have to plug because I've been doing work with them for about 16 years.
Breast cancer runs in my husband's family. His mother and his aunt had breast cancer, so I always worry about my children. And even some of the members of his family, his nieces and nephews, have actually had genetic testing because they're so predisposed to cancer. And then I've had 2 friends who've had cancer in the last 2 years, breast cancer. So I read something, it said, 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer, but the other 7 women will know that woman or know a woman. So it's it's amazing. It's amazing and scary. How it can touch. It will touch everyone.
Yeah. No, I mean, my own sister had breast cancer right when I was starting Joyus. My family has a history of cancer as well, of different types. But yeah, I mean, this is something that sort of touches all of our lives and obviously bears talking about. So obviously, one of, I think, the more empowering things to do is to talk not about problems, but about solutions. And I think, Fern, you've really made the point that really this will get better with us contributing our dollars and our donations towards funding that matters, right?
Absolutely. I think we need to keep putting our support and our dollars out there and just be thoughtful about where the money is going. Right. So make sure that if you're supporting a particular organization or agency or cause, that you want to make sure that your money is actually going to go to the community that you think you're serving. And ask if you're not sure, because there should be that level of transparency so we know. That's one of the reasons why I love the Avon Foundation. That money comes right back to the community, and that was evidenced at the walk, where the recipients were all there to accept the checks that were just earned through the walk.
And how much money was raised?
Well, $4.2 million were raised for the 2-day walk, and half of that money was just given out in these big checks that we stood on stage and very
got right
graciously
away.
received. Yes, they were. I tried to put it in the ATM, but
Right, so this
yes,
notion of
it's
thinking
really-
before you pink, right? Like
Yeah, I
know
mean,
where the money's going.
yeah, know where the money is going, know where the just know where your dollars are going, and be thoughtful, because we have choices, and we want to support things that we know are going to serve us best and help our communities. That's the most important piece. And pink is warm and fuzzy, and it's wonderful. And there's a lot of critic of pink right now, and I think if it makes women feel great and everybody wants to get out there and be a little pink, and I think that's fine. But again, just have that awareness. Know what you're supporting.
Thinking beyond pink, I saw this kind of grassroots organization that really caught my eye, breastfriends.com, and what their aim is they believe that every woman going through cancer should not go through it alone, and that they need the support from their friends and family. And a lot of times, you don't know how to support your friend or your family member because you've never gone through it before, and you don't really know how to reach out. And you don't know how to reach out or what they really need. And so this is a tool. You can go online at breastfriends.org, and they have a support group there. They have brochures they can send you. They have DVDs of how you can actually help your closest friends and your family members in dealing with this. And I found that very intriguing to me, because I have, like I said, I had 2 friends, and I wish I would have seen this before, because I would have learned a lot from it and how to help them.
Wow, that's a great tip. And it's called Breast Friends.
Breastfriends.org is the site.
That's awesome.
There's another website, My Breast Cancer Team, that just launched a couple of years ago, and that's another great, so a little bit like a MySpace or a Facebook for breast cancer survivors, and women can, sign on and link up with other women that have their kind of breast cancer, their age, maybe they have a genetic factor, family history, and it's just a nice resource.
And a community.
Yeah,
It builds a community
support.
for them of support, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. And sort of shifting our attention from sort of organizations to products, because this is, of course, a big product month where a lot of retailers are donating. We have our own initiative, which we'll talk to you about, but certainly Michaela and I were online doing our research about who we thought were doing more interesting product-oriented donations for breast cancer. And
It's so fun to have the community and to build that. I think that's so important. But sometimes you just want to shop and buy something either for yourself or for one of your friends. And I think, to your point, be more conscious of how these companies are running their organizations
And where the
their
money's
funds.
going. Right.
Yeah. So in beauty, of course, I'm beauty obsessed. I'm a total beauty junkie. I am always on the hunt, especially in October. You're going to see a ton of products right now, whether it's lipstick or fun nail polish color or blush in the range of a pink shade. We're going to have our own custom blended lipstick shade.
I'm wearing it right now. This is our custom pink for October.
And it's fun, lipstick, makeup should be fun. It brings a lightness to the situation if you want to give it to yourself or to your friend. And knowing, I think, where it's going and supporting a good cause is always really great.
Yeah, so to pick up on that, obviously 20% of the profits from this lipstick this month, which was custom done for Joyus, we will donate to breast cancer awareness and do our research on where we want that money to go. We also have 2 other products that will similarly have proceeds donated, or a portion of proceeds donated. One is a trigger point therapy foam roller for those of you health and fitness junkies who like to stretch, in pink. And we also have a silver ribbon necklace from Baroni that's also available this month with proceeds partially in support of breast cancer. Okay, so of course we want to wrap up by talking about prevention, always a topic of conversation that we need to get to. Fern, top tips for us on prevention.
Well, we do know a lot. There's still a lot to learn, but we do know that you can reduce your risk for breast cancer by eating healthy, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, exercising at least 30 minutes a day, at least 3 times a week if you can't get out every day, and some type of aerobic exercise, because body mass index higher increases your risk for breast cancer.
And I read some recent studies about a link to vitamin D deficiency and breast cancer, right?
Yeah, that research is still ongoing, and it would be great for women to talk to your provider about vitamin D supplementation and whether it would be right for you. You have to have your vitamin D level checked. Another thing would be limit your intake of alcohol. We know we all love our wine,
Cut back on
Especially
the
in
wine.
California.
especially here in the Bay Area, but it's very important. We do know that alcohol consumption, the more we drink, the higher our risk does increase. So, but if we're exercising and eating healthy, we know that wine is heart healthy, so it's not all bad news. But and also being aware of what's in the products that you're using, particularly the water bottles that we drink from, not leaving them in the sun or in the car. Get a glass water bottle. There's a bunch of different companies that make great bottles now that
Like
are
Life
non-plastic.
Factory.
Life Factory is amazing. I think
we
they
gave
make
them
a
on
great
Joyus.
product. And just be happy, because there's some evidence that, when you have joy in your life, that may also help us live longer, and who knows, that could reduce our risk as well.
So on that happy and empowered note, this week's giveaway is in fact our bundle of exclusive BCA-oriented products. So the foam roller in pink, the necklace, and of course the amazing lipstick. All you need to do is share with us your own inspiring story related to breast cancer or cancer in general to leave us all feeling empowered on this topic. And with that, thank you, Fern. And we will, so happy to have you here. And of course, we'll leave you with a look at this week's upcoming products on Joyus.